Okay, so this is quick unboxing on the Worksharp Just Sharpener. Quality check in Ashland, Oregon. That'd be cool. On a trip to Oregon, visit Worksharp and the other knife companies that are there. That'd be pretty cool. So, it came in a pretty nice box with the Worksharp labeling on it. Open the top, and it came with some stuffing paper. Just to make sure it doesn't collapse. The box doesn't collapse and then crush the product. Here's my bill invoice to make sure I paid everything right. So I got this direct on Worksharp's website, and I can tell you basically it was $100 Canadian. It was the American price, and then plus the $25 shipping up to the Yukon, and then the tax, duty, and all that stuff. Conversion rate added on, and basically it's $100 Canadian. So I'd say, guys, expect it to be around the ballpark of 100 at, say, your Cabela's or whatnot that carries Worksharp products. So the Precision Adjust knife sharpener. Sharpens anywhere from 15 to 30 degrees in 1 degree increments, so it can be very accurate. That's nice. Box includes the bench top, the knife holding clamp, sharpening slide rod, dry abrasive rod, adjustable and repeatable. Sharpening angle can be easily adjusted from 15 to 30 degrees, already read that. Innovative clamp, removable clamp secures knife safely and consistently, which is great. Sharpening base, secure sharpening base with anti-skid feet, so it's not going to bump around and move on you. And I like how it tells you what you got on the sharpening system. So you have your coarse, fine, and your ceramic. You have your coarse diamond, 320 grit, so that's going to help remove a lot of material really fast. And then you get a really nice butcher's edge with the 600 grit. So if you're cutting a lot of meat and stuff like that, very fibrous material, you could actually stop there. Won't be exactly hair shaving crazy sharp, and doesn't feel as sharp, but it'll definitely have a little bit longer lasting edge. And then your general ceramic, it's approximately 1000 grit. And then I would strop my knife after on a piece of wood. So key features: number 1, the chassis; number 2, the base; number 3, the knife clamp, which rotates around back and forth; number 4, the tri-abrasive rod, that's removable; and then number 5, your angle adjustment. So there's a demo on Worksharp, 3-year warranty. Worksharp does a lot of very random numbers. Like there was one other sharpener that came with, I think it was a 42-year warranty, but this is only 3-year warranty. I think that, their products should just be backed up and have a more consistent warranty and just be, either X amount of years or lifetime or whatnot, but that's okay. These are very affordable sharpeners, and I do trust that Worksharp would honor their warranty if anything was to be wrong with this. So, kind of a triangular top on the rectangular packaging. What do we got here? So then you have your plastic that slides out. Okay. So then you got your instructions. A little bit of foam. So here's your adjustment knob. This part actually clicks in upside down on the base. You turn it, and then it clicks in, and then it locks in. And I like how it's stamped so you remember which graduation you're at. So it's 1/2 inch by 4 inches long. They'll definitely do the job. And they're pretty thin and small. Yeah, I could see this kind of like lasting. Definitely probably a good anywhere like probably 5 years or so if you're using it really hard on a lot of exotic high-end steels like your powder metallurgy high steels that are at 60 Rockwell or harder. It feels good so far. Like there's a lot of lubrication there on that rod, so it slides freely. I like that. There's a base. There's a look at that chassis. You just keep twisting it. That's pretty cool. And it just threads up and down until it tells you which angle you're at. That's pretty nice. That's a neat idea. It's definitely a little bit smaller than what I originally thought it would be, but that's not a bad thing. Like, it's really portable. So you could just unclick that and you could, you know, disassemble it and then use it in a transportive method. Okay, so there's the bits. Now let's see if I can figure this out without reading the instructions. Now I'll just read the instructions and see if I'm missing something to open that up. That's fine. So that just clicks in with the magnets there. Okay. Oh, that's why. So you have to push in the back. So you push in the back hard. It's got a pretty strong mechanism in there. It rotates to the left, back to the right. So it has a dot that tells you which position it's in. So it's to the right, facing towards me, I guess, and then to the left, rotate to the right, if you follow that white dot. So that's pretty cool. So I got that assembled. That was easy. Ah, there you go. So to remove the clamp, there's a wheel, and you turn the knob to loosen it, and then you turn it again to secure to the center of the blade knife, to the blade on the clamp. So left. Okay. So now that's open. And you just squeeze it down. Not necessarily pinching it down, but you're like sliding it down with pressure. And you're just encouraging that mouth to open. Then you could squeeze your knife in there, and then you just turn it until it's tight, and then the knife will stay in that base. be still hot.
Funny.
Yeah, you're very cute. You like to bug me.
Yeah, you like to bug me too?
Yeah, that's my job.
Yeah? I didn't apply for, I didn't
Well,
put an ad for someone.
you should have asked for a receipt to return me.
I didn't pay for
You should have. You should have asked for a receipt.
it. I can receive it, give it to you. In the month.
What?
Then you drop.
Oh, you're bugging me.
Where's my
See, but when you're resting,
No, she's just bugging me.
it's just bugging you.
Yeah, she likes to poke me.
That's revenge.
It's revenge for me bugging her,
Oh.
which I never do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that's a lie.
It's not your son's house, it's oh, yeah, it's here. How do you find so many things to say about one night?
I don't know. I'm going to talk about the handle, and then the blade, and then the grind, and then the heat treatment, and then the Rockwell hardness, and then the type of steel, and then the metallurgy process, and then the heat treatment, and then with the grind angle, and then the stock thickness, and then how that affects it, and then, yeah, all that stuff.
It's lukewarm.
What? Gabby Goo Magoo. Did you go outside?
Oh my god. Pronounce the last
Go.
6 words. Yeah, it's fun. It's not easy.
Nope, sister ran away. Go, have fun. Come here. Go see Mom. Go play. I'm just rebuilding the edge on this Tops 3.5 Fieldcraft, and with the lowest setting on a 15-degree angle, because with the thickness of this knife, it's I thought it'd be more of a 17-degree angle on that micro bevel, but it turns out it's about a 15-degree actually. So it's building up a really nice bevel so far, and I'll just keep showing you what it's like using these Worksharp diamond stones on Tops 1095 steel. It's really taking a nice build so far, so let's see how the next edge goes. So there's that 320 grit eating away really well. So I just wanted to go over kind of one last final kind of overview of the Precision Adjust Worksharp. For the money, I'd say this is probably the best, or one of the best systems you could easily get. Just quickly over the features, go one by one, go over the plus and minuses. As you can see with the overall system, there is a lot of plastic, but that is, it's more than okay for the price point. I paid $100, pretty much exactly Canadian, ordered directly from Worksharp on their website. So included everything. That was also like, shipping, conversion rate, and all that stuff from the US up to Canada, shipping up to the Yukon. For the base, I do find when you have a bigger fixed blade on it, and when you're going back and forth sharpening it, it can tend to jump forward sometimes if you're going at it a little too hard and you're not careful. You could, however, see this hole here, and if you mark where that is, you could pilot a hole and drill it through to a wooden base, which I probably will do in the future, just for the sake of it being a little more grounded. I wish they would have done something to, weigh this base down a little bit more, or simply just make this longer to account for that jumping forward a little bit when you're using it on heavier fixed blades. Other than that, stability is great. You've got those 4 rubberized feet on the bottom. They do a great job on this like wood table, or on a granite countertop or linoleum countertop and whatnot. So it weighs down itself pretty well. The base from the chassis does detach, so this is an extremely portable system. I just kind of wish it did come with like a little Velcro baggie, so that you could pop off this, pop off that, and then you could unclick this together, or just leave it as is and stuff it in some sort of bag. So it's a good portable system for sure. It's certainly light enough. Easily could fit this in my Maxpedition Falcon 2 bag. And the chassis itself, when I first got it, it was a little bit smaller than I expected, but it's just right. It's portable. It's not too big. It's certainly not too small. And it does feel like the steel that was used on the adjustment knob on the threading is a little on the cheapo kind of side. Sad to say. Like, I just wish they felt like they would have done something a little more heavy duty. Like, I can see this thing. No, it's not like it's going to snap right away, but I could totally see, the cheap plastic, cracking or breaking at some point during the use of that sharpener. On the box, I think it said 2 or 3 year warranty. I wish Worksharp was a little more consistent with their warranty. Like, there's some other sharpeners where they have like a 40+ year warranty or something like that. So that's a pretty random number, especially to give, their hottest, newest, home sharpening system. So that was a little disappointing. But, you know, I could see this lasting a good 5 years or several years, all depending how long you use it. If I'm gonna go, you know, like part-time, you know, as a hobby sharpening on Kijiji or something like that, I could see this lasting maybe 1 or 2 or 3 years, because I think I'd just start wearing it out the more you use it. Like if you're actually using this for your business and whatnot. So that's just something I'll have to wait and see. I do like the knob adjustment system here. It's so simple, but it's so accurate, going all the way from 15 degrees all the way up to 30 degrees. So there is a wide, very wide range of angles that you can use. So this front system here is pretty neat. You just have this clasp, and this was a genius idea because sometimes it's hard on mounting systems for full flat grind blades to sit onto the clasps, but these little extra teeth at the back can actually help you line up the spine nice and flat. They'll grip on. Then these clamp on when they have these little rubbery pads inside the mouth. And here we'll show you. Just a magnet sticks on there, and then it tightens by just rocking that gear to the left and loosens it rocking the gear to the right. The only problem I've had with this is with my fallkniven S1, because it's so thick. I found that I was having trouble, you know, figuring out how far forward or back on the spine to put the knife and clamp it on, because I found the tighter I tried to put it on, the more it was actually just kind of pushing it out, because it had to be kind of, you know, half on the spine, half on the swedge because of the thickness of that thing. So that, I don't know if I just got the right angle on it or the right sort of length and whatnot of where the spine and the swedge was. I'll have to keep playing with that. So that I found was a bit odd, but I think I can fix that just by playing around with it a bit more. When you have a blade mounted on here, you can press the lever at the back and then twist it, or you could just pop it out and twist it around so you can access the other side of the blade. Now this thing just clicks upside down with a magnet. Very secure. I have no complaints about it. It hasn't fallen off yet. It's a pretty simple little rod system, but I find that you do have to lube it up with either warm soapy water or just remember to spray it down and rub it with some WD-40, because if you use it a lot and you're not wetting it or getting it lubricated, this thing will start to squeak and make loud noises, and I don't want that to wear down the insides of the sharpening system. So you've got two of these little rubber stoppers that go on this rod. One fell off, so I had to grab one from the one from the back and slide it on the front here. And one time, let's save the best for last. Let's talk about the actual sharpening abrasive itself. One time it did just drop, and one of these little triangular bits, it just fell out. I had to find it on the ground and attach it back again. So I do like the clasp for your thumbs at the top. It's got jimping on the side here, so you have something for your thumb and forefinger to grab onto. However, I find that I do get a little bit of a sore hand after I've been sharpening for a few hours, because you're kind of doing this intense pinch grip on it. So I found that if I just go like this with my hands and keep my fingers flat up and just move up and down, that totally mitigates that. So you just have to get used to the way your hand is gripping this thing. The only other thing that I would change or wish they'd done differently is two things. I find that the abrasive stones and the ceramic are very small for what you get in the package. Like, this is the main meat of the package here, and I found that they cheapened out. I wish that they would have been a bit wider at least, if not a little bit wider and longer, because, you know, that's a pretty thin plate a very thin plate indeed, and a very small section of abrasive. And I have a lot of very hard exotic steels like the S30Vs, 20CVs, XHP, 1095 reacted very well to this. The steel reprofiled the edge on my tops bob in no time at all, and with just this ceramic piece I got a mirror edge and a shaving sharp. And I kind of wish they would have gone with a square or maybe even a hexagon shape or something like that instead of just a triangle, so you could get more abrasives, because you got your 320 grit. It's great for removing a lot of steel fast, but I wish they would have gone with a 200 or something like that to help you remove a bit more, and then go to say a 400, then a 6 or 800, and then the ceramic on top. That just would have been a bit nicer, having one extra step in there, because I find that when I'm sharpening, it is a bit of a big jump between those grits, and I find you do have to do a bit more strokes per side. And the next grit is the 600. It does a decent job, you know, if you just want a basic working edge for cutting meat and rope and stuff. You want that toothy, long-lasting edge. This certainly does the job. But like I said, the ceramic on 1095 and a few other steels I used it on does do a great job. I'm guessing it's probably 1200 or so grit and whatnot. So yeah, I just wish the abrasives itself were a bit bigger, and they should have made it a square shape instead of the triangle, so you got more options. I could totally see in the future them coming out with just these with different grits, like say one will be called like what they did with the other sharpeners, the extra pack, so like extra coarse, like a 150 grit or something like that, and then also with another medium like a 800, and then an ultra fine, say strop, or a 2 or 4000 grit stone or ceramic rod and whatnot. So here's just a quick look at how small this sharpening plate is. Here's a Kershaw, a Kershaw tool for field maintenance on your knives. Yeah, it's the same size as one of those little pen tools. Here's an SR2 baton flashlight by Olight. Just a wee bit bigger than pocket flashlight. And here is my cold steel Gunsei Tano. The blade just dwarfs that sharpening piece right there. So overall, what I think about it, I do really like it, especially for the money. I'm guessing, I don't know yet, but I'm guessing this will probably be, around 100 Canadian at Cabela's and whatnot. I do say that it does knock the Lansky systems out of the park. However, with the Lansky systems, you do get a lot more abrasives to choose from for the money. So that way I find you have a bit more to work with. But, with the high adjustment angles you can choose from and just how smooth it is to work with, I am actually very pleased with it. And keeping in mind of the price point, is a great budget at-home sharpener. I have the benchtop angle sharpener, and just totally knocks that out of the park. That one's more of a, just touching up your blade. But if you need to get serious and want to reprofile a few folding knives in the evening, this is totally the way to go. So you'll see my kind of mini series in the future of combinations of different steels with different angles, sharpening with this system. And hope you guys have a great new year and stay safe. Take care.